welcome to this special Israeli Dance Institute tour of the Galilee and Northern Israel, a lush mountainous region that stretches right up to Israel's northern border with Lebanon and is home to nearly 1.5 million out of Israel's 9 million strong population. I am standing at the top of Mount Meron at a height of about 1,200 meters, the second highest mountain in Israel, and a very important mountain because at the foot of the mountain is where the great 2nd century mystical sage Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, also known as the Rashbi, hid for many years from the Romans in a cave, while on the other side of the mountain at the foot is the village of Meron, which is where his burial took place, which is where his tomb can be found today. It is a brilliant place to start our tour because from here we have a great view of much of northern Israel. Behind me you can see Tzfat and other communities, and off to the distance we can even see the Kinneret, also known as the Sea of Galilee or Lake Tiberias. On this tour we are focusing on the communities who live in northern Israel, on their special history and traditions. We will be learning about the following communities: the Jews and the holy city of Tzfat, the Christians and the important holy sites connected with Jesus in the northern Sea of Galilee, the Muslims and the famous Al-Jazar Mosque in Akko, the Druze and the important tomb of Nebi Sabalan above the village of Horfesh, and the Baha'i and the world-famous Baha'i Gardens in Haifa. Along the way, we'll be visiting other sites and lookouts and learning about culture and food, and of course, we are going to do a lot of great dancing. Come with me.
Let's learn Hasid dance, Hasidic dance for the whole family to enjoy together. It's a line dance, so we're going to start to the right direction and we're going to do right, 2, 3, hold. We go to the left, left, 2, 3, hold. Now we're going to do side to side. We go towards the left with a little lift, towards the right with a little lift, and now we make a full turn to the right with 4 steps and 4 claps. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is part 1. Let's try it together. As you can see, I'm going to my right. You are going to go to your right. Together. 5, 6, 7, go. Right and 2 and 3 and hold. Left and 2 and 3 and hold. To the left, to the right and clap, and 2 and 3, 4. Right and 2 and 3 and hold. Left and 2, 3 and 4. 1 to the left, 1 to the right, clap, and 2 and 3 and 4. We did part 1 twice, to the right, to the left, right and left. Now we're going to go forwards and backwards with the chorus. It's a really energetic music, and the nice thing about this dance is that the music is very traditional in the melody, but very modern in the rhythm. We're going to go down and up with our hands. The whole style of Hasidism is that we dance up and down, we dance with God, and it's a vertical dance, so we're dancing individually up. So we're going to use our arms to represent that energy. So we're going down and up with the hands. We're going cha-cha down with the right, cha-cha up, cha-cha down, cha-cha up. Okay, let's do that together. 5, 6, 7, 8, and down and up and down and up. Now, a very traditional way of arm holdings in Hasidism is with the hands here, like we have a waistcoat. And we're going to go side to side, polka to the right, polka to the left, and this one is a bit tricky, but we can do it together. We're going to make half a turn to the right on your right. So we go step, hop, 1, 2, 3. And now the right is free one more time. So we go down and up and down and up and 1 and 2 and 1 and 1, 2, 3. So if you imagine Fiddler on the Roof, and if you imagine all those traditional Hasidic movies where men are dancing on the street with big coats and big hats, and everybody celebrating the love for Judaism, this is the idea of this dance, but for the whole family. Now we have a little modification that we do when we're going backwards. So let's do together front. We go right 2, 3, left 2, 3, right 2, 3, left 2, 3, to the right, to the left, step, hop, 1, 2, 3. When we go backwards, we do like this: right and left and right and left. Polka to the right, polka to the left, and we don't hop. We just do 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's easy. So we do it again, or we go from the beginning. Let's do it once without the music, all together, right and left. Here we go. Right and 2 and 3 and 4, left and 2 and 3 and 4, to the right, to the left, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, right and 2 and 3 and left and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and clap and going down and hoy, ta da 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 la la, on the polka and hop and left 2, 3, right and right, left, to the right, to the left, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the whole dance. Join me for Hasi dance.
We are now in the mountainous city of Tzfat, one of the 4 Jewish holy cities, along with Hebron, Jerusalem, and Tiberias. And you can perhaps hear in the background music from a bar mitzvah celebration, and behind me you can see Mount Meron, where we began our tour, the place where the Rashbi, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, the 2nd century sage, hid in a cave from the Romans and is buried in the village of Meron. And Tzfat's fame derives from the 16th century golden age of Tzfat, which came soon after the expulsion of the Jews from Spain. The Ottoman Sultan welcomed the Jews into his empire, and they came to the Ottoman lands in southeastern Europe and present-day Turkey and across the Middle East. And one of the places they came was Tzfat, which was surrounded by rivers and streams, and as a result has water mills, and in the 16th century had a lively textile industry which supported amazing scholarship. And so many important rabbis were here. For example, Rabbi Joseph Karo, who composed the Shulchan Aruch, the most important compendium of Jewish law. You also had Rabbi Isaac Luria, known as the Ari, the Lion, who systematized Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, Lurianic Kabbalah. Tzfat has some incredible synagogues. 3 in particular deserve a special mention. The Abuhav synagogue, with its beautiful arcs and bima and wall paintings, and the same goes for the Ari Ashkenazi synagogue. There is also the Ari Sephardi synagogue, which is beautiful as well, and the Joseph Karo synagogue, all in honor of famous figures who are connected with the Kabbalistic history of the city of Tzfat. In addition, Tzfat is where Lecha Dodi, the most famous Kabbalah Shabbat song, as well as the entirety of the Kabbalah Shabbat service, was composed. What would happen is that people would gather together and go out into the fields to welcome the Sabbath bride. And indeed, the tradition is that the Messiah, when the Messiah comes, will approach from the direction of Mount Meron. So ever since the 16th century, Tzfat has been a magnet for religious Jewish life, starting with Sephardi Jews, but then later Ashkenazi Jews as well, Hasidic Jews, Jews attracted by the mystical mountain atmosphere and the yeshivot, the study halls that you find throughout this special city. It has also attracted artists, and today there is an artists' quarter devoted to Jewish artists, and it's a great place to come to buy tefillin and a talis or a kippah or whatever you want that's connected to Judaism. This is the best place, or one of the best places, to come and visit. We are standing at the top of Mount Zvul in the Upper Galilee. The Upper Galilee is known for high mountains and narrow valleys, and it is also the home to many of Israel's Druze community. There are nearly 150,000 Druze living in Israel, and we are outside a tomb and holy site known as Nebi Sabalan. The Druze religion began in the early 11th century in Egypt as a breakaway from form of Shia Islam. And very early in its history it was powerful, but soon after the Druze were persecuted and the religion was closed off to new adherents, so no new converts were allowed, and the Druze spread out across the high places of the Levant, the high places of Israel, the Galilee and the Carmel, as well as the mountainous regions of Lebanon and Syria. Today, there are nearly 1 million Jews worldwide. They are an Arabic-speaking people, and in Israel, they largely serve in the army and take a full part in regular Israeli life. There is a strict division between the religious Druze and the laity. So you will see a very clear difference between how a religious Druze dresses and how a non-religious Druze dresses. Now where we are standing, this tomb, Nebi Sabalan, some believe to be the burial site of Zebulun, one of the sons of Jacob. According to the Druze religion, many figures from Islam and Judaism, from the Quran and from the Bible, are actually Druze figures. For example, Zebulun, the son of Jacob. But a more likely scenario, and one believed by many of the Druze, is that Sabalan was one of the early prophets of the Druze religion, one of the people who spread the Druze religion in the area of present-day northern Israel. We see here the Druze flag, the white, blue, yellow, orange and green, which symbolizes, according to many, the colors that make up the universe. The white for the pure snow, the red for the blood which pumps into a person's heart, the blue for the ocean, the green for nature, and the yellow-orange for the light of the sun. Behind me is the Druze village of Khorfesh, with a population of nearly 7,000, one of many Druze villages in the Upper Galilee places. Another famous village, for example, is Peki'in, and Khorfesh is very famous for its food. Israelis from all across the country pass through and they eat things like stuffed vine leaves and sambusak, which is sort of like a Druze pizza, and Druze pita, which is a flat bread stuffed generally with labaneh, olive oil, and the herb za'atar. It's delicious.
Welcome everybody once again to learn Debka Druze. The word Debka in Arabic, dabke, means to stamp. Originally danced by male dancers and originally barefoot to have the connection with the earth. So we took this style from the dabke and we created the Debka. And this one specifically is about the Druzim. We're going to start with the left shoulder to the center of the circle. It's a circle dance, and the whole dance goes with your left foot. Real dabke originally goes with left, so we take the essential elements and we fit them into Israel folk dance to bring these cultures alive even up to this day. We go with the left. Very simple. Remember, this is the modification to fit all levels, and we're going to start with the actual chorus. So before we go with the steps, the formation of this dance, it's chorus part A, chorus part B, chorus part C, chorus part D. So the chorus always comes in between everything, so hopefully by the end we will learn it, we will do it together. Remember, with your left, we start 2 steps forwards. Left and right, stamp the left and stamp the left. Twice with the left. Left and right and stamp and stamp. 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 This was the chorus. Now, part A, remember, always in between. To the center and outside, go with the left and go with the right. To the center and the out, with the left, with the right. And I close with my left to start with my left. Remember, always the left. What do we do now? Chorus again. Chorus 1 and front and side, with the left and left and left, with the left and 1 and a 2, left and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. Now, part B, always in the middle. We go to the front and we're going to go open, close with right, open, close with left, center with left, out with right. So 1 and 1, 1 and 1. Left and right and right and left, left and right and right and left, left and right and right and left, left and right and right and left. It's like making directions on the earth, on the ground. Chorus again. 1 and a 2 and front and side. 1 and a 2 and a front and side. 1 and a 2 and front and side. 1 and a 2 and front and side. We move to part C now. Part C starts with little hops on the spot, on the beat. So because Debka style is grounded, we are dancing with the ground down. We are not flying up, it's down. We are jumping with the accent down. Hop, 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 hop. Left and right, left and close. Hop, hop, hop. Down, left and right, left and close. Now I ask you, what do we do now? We do the chorus. left and a right and one and left, one and a two with the left, one and two and left, one and two and left and left. And this one is the last part, part D. For part D, we face the center. For the first time in the whole dance, our torso is facing the center, hands down. Hopefully we're dancing in family, with friends, with anybody that you know that you want, holding hands. And we go side to side. 2 to the left, and 2 to the right. And 2 to the left, and 2 to the right. To face the direction of the circle, to start again the dance. Now I suggest you that you take off your shoes to feel the connection with the earth, and you dance with the full feet on the ground, Debka Druz. Here, from the north of Israel, all together, let's learn it.
We are now at the Kinneret, one of Israel's most popular natural attractions and its largest freshwater lake, responsible for 10% of the country's drinking water. It's a really popular spot. It's full of beaches, there's the city of Tiberias, there's water sports, there's great hiking, and people come here on weekends and holidays to have a really great time. We can also see from here the Golan Heights as well as the cliffs of the Arbel. Another name for the Kinneret is the Sea of Galilee, even though it's not actually a sea. And the name Sea of Galilee appears frequently in the New Testament, the holy book of Christian scripture, and that brings us to our next community, the Christians. The Galilee and northern Israel are extremely important to the Christians because, first of all, this is where Jesus came from. He's known as Jesus of Nazareth because he came from what was then the small village of Nazareth in the lower Galilee, and after that he came to the area of the Sea of Galilee, specifically the Jewish village of Capernaum. Jesus was, of course, a Jew. The Jewish village of Capernaum, Kfar Nahum, where he attracted his first followers. From there, he used to travel around the local area, preaching, according to the New Testament, healing people, performing miracles like the walking on water here of the Sea of Galilee, the famous Sermon on the Mount, which took place also in the area, as well as the feeding of the 5,000 and other important events which took place in Tabcha. All of these areas today are commemorated with special churches, and pilgrims from all over the world come to visit here to see the places where Jesus walked. And this is a really important part of Israeli tourism today, and they are also important sites for local Arab Christians and other Christians living in the area. After making a name for himself in the Galilee, Jesus went to Jerusalem, where he was eventually crucified by the Romans, and Christians believe he was then resurrected and ascended to heaven. And this is why these sites are so important for Christian pilgrims to Israel today from all over the world.
Maim, which means water. It's also the name of the step from this dance that became one of the most iconic steps in all folk dance from Israel. So this step is repeated in many other dances after. So it's great that we get to learn two things in one: the dance and the actual step that we called Maim. So we're going to go around the circle. As you can see, I have my center, and you can all join me from home, with our right foot moving towards the left direction of the circle. We're going to do Maim. How do we do this? We go cross, side, back, open. Cross, side, back, open. Cross, side, back, open. Cross, side, back, open. Okay? It's basically one front and then one back always. But you need to remember that the Maim step starts with a cross step, not an open step. Very different combination. So we start with the right, we go 4 times to the left, Maim. 5, 6, 7, go. Cross and 2, 3 and 4, and cross and 2 and 3 and 4. Cross and 2 and 3 and 4. Cross and 2 and 3 and 4. We finish facing the center. We did that 4 times, and we are ready for the chorus. The chorus is very simple. We're all going to go towards the center with 4 steps and say Maim, 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 back and 2 and 3 and 4. Maim, 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 shafte Maim, besason. You can even sing in your own language. It's just water. So we are now moved to the last part of the dance. We're going to take our right foot and make 3 steps to the left, running steps, and a hop in the last one. So we have right, left, right, close. Now, we are facing the center to close, and the left is going to start doing the following. Cross 1, open, cross 1, open, cross 1, open, cross 1, and step. The last one we step, and we put the weight on that foot because the right is going to do the same, crossing in front. So we do this first with the left, and we do 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7, stop. Now with my right I do the same with a clap. So arms and legs do the same. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then we start again. Let's take the whole dance from the very beginning. This is everything. It's a very simple dance. It's a real folk dance, and I really want you to enjoy it and to join me from home. With your right, 5, 6, 7, 8, and cross and 2 and 3 and 4, and cross and 2 and 3 and 4, cross and 2 and 3 and 4, into the center with 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, back and 2 and 3 and 4, in 2, 3, 4, shafte ma'im besasson. Hey, 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 hey. Left and 2, and left and 2, and left and 2. And with your right, clap, and clap, and clap. And with the beginning, go cross. And that's the dance. I hope you enjoy it. It's a great, energetic dance. And it's a real folk dance. My mime for everybody here from Israel.
As well as the communities we've been exploring today, the Jews, Muslims, Christians, Druze, and the Baha'i, northern Israel and the Galilee is particularly famous for a unique Israeli institution, the kibbutz. And here we're standing at the first ever kibbutz, Kibbutz Degania Aleph, that was founded in 1910. We have a special guest, a local kibbutznik called Bensi Horowitz. Bensi, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, Alex.
Let's start by asking, what is a kibbutz?
A kibbutz is community with an idea. And the idea is that everything should belong to the community. There is no private property in a kibbutz. And everything they have, they share with all the others. They have to work together, and also they have to share the non-material properties, such as education, boys and girls together as a community of youngsters.
What kinds of jobs did people do on the kibbutz?
They worked in agriculture. This was the basis of the economy of kibbutz. In the 50s, and later on in the 60s, a lot of industry developed in the kibbutz, and members of the kibbutz became industrial workers.
If I'm getting this right, it didn't matter what your job was, whether you were the director of the factory or you were picking fruits out in the field, everyone got the same share and everyone had access to services like a dining room, cleaning facilities, leisure activities, schools, everything like that, healthcare equally. Is that correct?
Yes, you're very right. And even more than that, each factory has a manager on top. The manager is being replaced every 5 or 6 years.
Tell me a little bit, what role did the kibbutz play in Israeli history?
The kibbutzim marked the borders of the state of Israel. Where was a kibbutz, there was a place of Jewish settlement, Jewish existence.
Today, the kibbutzim, they're not all private now. They've changed a lot. Can you just briefly explain how they have changed and what you think the future of the kibbutz is in the 21st century?
One of the secrets of the community of the kibbutz is an ability to change. The kibbutz has been changed all the time, and it changes also nowadays. The idea of community that everything is being shared is not practical anymore. Now members of the kibbutzim have private car and private bank account and so on. Nevertheless, they still live in the same place, and the sense of solidarity is very much embraced in the community.
Thank you, Bensi, for a fantastic interview, and good luck to the kibbutzim.
It's time now to dance and to play as if we were cowboys and that we are dancing and playing around the fields with the animals, with the lazo, and all together in community. The name of the dance is Dio Dio. The choreographer is Yael Jacobi, and it's perfect here to dance it in the kibbutz in the north of Israel. Let's learn it. We are going to start this dance facing the front. It's a line dance, and I'm going to go to my right. My right is different to yours because I'm facing the camera. So remember, I'm going to my right. And we're going to start with 4 steps. And we're going to do open the right, cross behind, open the right, and lift the left. 5, 6, 7, go. And slow, and 2, and 3, and 4. Now we change. 5 and 6, we lift the other one, and then we make 3 stamps on the spot, right, left, right. Okay, the right, the left, and the right. Now let's add the arms. So we do step and back and step and clap, step and clap, 1, 2, 3. Now every time we do the 3 stamps, we're going to make a quarter turn towards your right shoulder, which means I'm pushing my right backwards, and that's the direction I'm facing now. We're going to start now the same towards this new direction from the beginning. Step behind, step and clap, and 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, I'm all the time making quarter turns to the right. Step behind, step and clap, 1, 2, 3. And the last time, step behind, step and clap, 1, 2, 3, and facing the front one more time. Very nice, very simple. We make a full square in 4 directions. Let's do this non-stop. 5, 6 to the right we go. Right and 2 and 3 and clap and 1 and clap and 1, 2, 3. 1 behind and step and clap, right, left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, step, clap, right, 2, 3, right, 2, 3, 4, step, clap, right, 2, 3. We finish facing the front and we have the chorus. It's like we are dancing with horses around, you know, we're in the fields. Hands on the hips, and we're going to do Dio Dio. We have heel right, touch, right, clap, left and left, clap. Now the music, the lyrics say Maher Maher, fast, fast. So we're going to do gallop to the right, gallop to the left, and a full turn to the right to face the front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take this chorus one more time. 5, 6, together, go. Right and 2 and 3 and clap. Left and 2 and 3 and clap. Fast 2, 3, fast 2, 3. Turn and 2 and 3 and 4. Second time of the chorus we do slightly different. We have heel, 2, heel, clap. Heel, 2, heel, clap. And now the music says we kick with the right, we kick with the left, you know, like horse kick. So we're going to take the right heel and we're going to kick to one side, kick to the other side, and again, turn 2, 3, 4. Let's do the whole chorus together with the fast gallop steps and then kick side to side. 5, 6, 7, 8. And right and 2 and 3 and clap. Left and 2 and 3 and clap. Fast and 2, to the right we turn again. Right and 2 and 3 and clap. Left and 2 and 3 and clap. We kick, and turn and 2 and 3, 4. Little transition to end dance. We are going to do 1, 2, 3, clap, clap, clap. 1, 2, 3, clap, clap, clap. Hands on the hips, and the right is going to do like a lazo, and the left is going to do like a lazo to end the dance. Front, front, back, back. So, the ending. Right, 2, 3, right, 2, 3, to the right, to the left, and front, and front, and back, and back. And we're ready to start again. Remember that at the beginning of the dance, we do quarters. The chorus, we have the heels. And the ending with the lazo, and the claps. It's a very simple dance, 3 parts only, and it's super, super fun. I love this one, and I hope you join me from home. Let's dance it.
כשהדוד משה החליט להזמין אל החווה אותי וכמה חברים, כי יש פה מסיבה. באנגלית קוראים לי קאובוי, בעברית אני בוקר. אז בואו תצטרפו אליי, נשיר ונזמר. דיו 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 די, בוא לרכוב כאן לצידי, מהר מהר הסוס דוהר, כי לא כדאי שנאחר. דיו 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 די, בוא לרכוב כאן לצידי, בעיטה לימין בעיטה לשמאל, עומדים ריקוד גדול. במסיבה נרקוד יחדיו, בנים וגם בנות, נשמח נצהל ונשתולל בריקודי זוגות. והנה בא השריף שצץ משום מקום, כולם להרים ידיים, מוכנים לרקוד היום. דיו 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 די, בוא לרכוב כאן לצידי, מהר מהר הסוס דוהר, כי לא כדאי שנאחר. דיו 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 די, בוא לרכוב כאן לצידי, בעיטה לימין בעיטה לשמאל, עומדים ריקוד גדול. דיו 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 די, בוא לרכוב כאן לצידי, מהר מהר הסוס דוהר, כי לא כדאי שנאחר. דיו 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 די, בוא לרכוב כאן לצידי, בעיטה לימין בעיטה לשמאל, עומדים ריקוד גדול. בעיטה לימין בעיטה לשמאל, עומדים ריקוד גדול.
Welcome to Akko, one of the oldest port cities in the land of Israel, going back thousands and thousands of years. And where I am standing right now are the walls that were built during the Ottoman period a few hundred years ago and strengthened to be ready to withstand the invasion by Napoleon. Today, Akko is divided into a new city and an old city. The new city is mixed between Jewish and Arab population, and the old city is almost exclusively Arab. And you can see behind me the Al-Jazar Mosque, after the Al-Aqsa Mosque and the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem, the holiest Islamic site here in Jerusalem, built during the Ottoman period and named after the former Ottoman governor Al-Jazar. Let's go and take a closer look. The Al-Jazar Mosque was built in 1781 by the Ottoman governor Al-Jazar, and it's built in what we call the Neo-Byzantine style, typical of the Ottoman Empire, with a beautiful green dome, and inside we see the prayer rug with the niches laid out for people to pray. And where you see the ladder there, where they're doing renovations, that is the niche that directs the prayer and the building towards Mecca. And according to tradition, this building also houses a hair from the beard of the Islamic prophet Muhammad himself. The market in the old city of Akko is famous for its food. People come from all over Israel to eat there. It has amazing hummus, creamy, delicious Galilean hummus. It has fresh fish from the Mediterranean Sea. It has delectable desserts like kanafe and other cakes and pastries, as well as a wide variety of spices and all kinds of other great things to eat. It's a great place to come if you want to have a munch. In the early medieval period, Akko was the Crusader capital. The Crusaders conquered the Holy Land in 1099 and started the Kingdom of Jerusalem, which lasted until 1187 when it was conquered by Salah ad-Din. And after that, the Crusaders had a kingdom in northern Israel of today, and the capital of that kingdom was Akko, and it is known as the Kingdom of Akko. And many important Crusader finds have been discovered in the city, including the famous World Heritage UNESCO site, the Crusader Halls. They say that Tel Aviv plays, Jerusalem prays, and Haifa works. Well, here we are in Haifa, the third largest city in Israel, home to nearly 300,000 people, Jews, Arabs, Muslims, Christians, Druze, and the Baha'i. And the reason why Haifa gets its reputation as a working city is because it is surrounded by these industrialized suburbs known as the Krayot. It is also home to world-class universities, the Haifa University and the Technion, which specializes in science and technology. We are standing on the Carmel Mountain, which runs southeast away from the Mediterranean Sea and is famous in the Bible for the place where Elijah fought the prophet of Baal who denied God. At the bottom of the mountain, we see the red-roofed houses that were built by the Templars, German Protestants who came to the Holy Land in the 19th century in the hope that it would bring the second coming of Jesus. And we also see the Haifa port area, which was originally built by the British and is still today an important site for Israel's trade with the rest of the world. And we can also see across the bay the old city of Akko, where we will also visit on this tour. We continue our tour of the different communities who live in the Galilee and northern Israel, and we've reached Haifa, and our next community are the Baha'i. Where we are standing is at the top of a UNESCO World Heritage Site and the holiest site in the world for the Baha'i faith. The Baha'i is one of the youngest religions in the world, and it began in 19th century Persia, present-day Iran, with a religious figure known as the Bab. Bab means gate in Arabic, and the Bab prophesied that a new era of revelation was coming, and because of this, he was executed by the Persian authorities. He was, however, soon followed by the Baha'u'llah. Baha means splendor in Arabic, and the Baha'u'llah said that he was the latest in the line of prophets who had a direct line to God. So the latest in the line that included, according to him, Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad. As opposed to those figures, though, the Baha'u'llah said he did not come to replace the earlier religions, but to complete them and to preach a new era of the unity of religion, the unity of mankind. In other words, being a Baha'i does not require you to reject belief in other faiths such as Islam and Judaism, but one can be part of the Baha'i faith while still considering all of those other faiths to be legitimate. Now, the Baha'u'llah was not executed like the Bab. Instead, he was sent into exile, eventually ending up across the Haifa Bay in the city of Akko, where he spent the rest of his life. But before dying, he said to his followers that he wanted to build a holy site on Mount Carmel where the Bab could be buried. And why did he choose Mount Carmel? This is because of the significance of the Carmel Mountain in the history of monotheism, because it is the place where, as we have mentioned, Elijah the prophet had his battle with the prophet of Baal, and also because in Christianity, Elijah is considered to be a forerunner of John the Baptist, who in the Christian tradition paved the way for the coming of Jesus. So just like John the Baptist paved the way for the coming of Jesus, and Elijah in the Jewish tradition paves the way for the Messianic era, so the Bab paved the way for the Baha'u'llah, and his reward was to be buried here. This building, this shrine, which houses the remains of the Bab and other important figures in the Baha'i religion, although not the Baha'u'llah himself, who is buried in Akko. It is a mixture of Eastern and Western designs and contains a typical Persian garden with 19 different sections, one for the Bab and each of his followers. The gardens are maintained by followers of the Baha'i faith who come and volunteer for a year here in Israel, either at the shrine in Haifa or the shrine to the Baha'u'llah in Akko. They maintain security at the site, they run organized tours, they maintain the beautiful gardens, and they live here for a year as a community. It is a beautiful site and one of the most impressive and defining sites of the city of Haifa.
We are here in the city of Haifa in Israel, a city where people from different cultures, different religions, different origins and traditions all live together in peace. That's why we are going to learn Chavarim bechol minei tzvaim. Friends from all different colors. That's the translation. A great dance to do together. Let's learn it and let's dance it with the music. So we're going to go to the right side twice. So we go right, and take your right shoulder forwards, rock front and back. With the left, with the left front and back. 4 steps moving front and back. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Rock front and clap, clap, and then backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to make a full turn to the right side with 4 hops. Remember, I'm going towards my right, back. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's nice because we get to see also the whole city. Let's go again. Right and close. Left and close. To the front and 2 and 3 and 4. Front and clap, clap, back and 2 and 3 and 4. Hop, 2, 3, 4. Little transition before we go to the chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chorus. We're going to sing about all of us together, all our friends, all of us from different colors and origins. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and hop, 2, 3, 4. Back and 2 and 3 and 4. Hop, 2, 3, 4. Twice to the right. 1 and 2 and 3. Left and 2 and 3. And on the spot, down and double clap, down and double clap. 1 more time and hop on the spot and back a little bit faster, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 to the right and clap, to the left and clap, and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and that's the whole dance. It's time to do it with the music. Chavarim bechol minei tzvaim. Let's try it.
יש לי חבר, חום כמו שוקולד, שאני עצובה, הוא תמיד כזה נחמד, כזאת נפלאה. איזה כיף שיש המון חברים, המון חברים בכל מיני צבעים, חומים, כתומים, שחורים ולבנים. איזה כיף שיש כאלה חברים, איזה כיף שיש המון חברים, המון חברים בכל מיני צבעים, חומים, כתומים, שחורים ולבנים. איזה כיף שיש כאלה חברים.
My name is Dege Feder. I'm a choreographer and dancer. I'm a director of Beta Dance Troupe that combine Ethiopian dance and contemporary dance. I used to live in a small village and a simple life. My home was made of mud and straw. There is no running water, there is no electricity. And when I came to Israel, everything was different. Everything was modern. And for me, it was new. So it was challenging to use to the new life. The dance and music in Ethiopia was very important. It was a part of our life. We used to sing or move because it was, something that gave us strength and happiness. I remember that I loved to dance since I was 6 years old. When there is a party, there is a wedding in a village, all of us, get together and dance together. And I remember myself in the middle of the circle. I used to dance the Ethiopian, the Eskesta dance. We actually came to Israel from Ethiopia through Sudan in Moses' operation in 1985. We walked from Ethiopia to Sudan. The Mossad brought us from Sudan to Israel with the airplane. We used to live in an observation center in Tiberias together. It was very challenging for my family to be in Israel in the beginning because there is no language. The economic situation was tough. For me and my community, Judaism was very important, especially in Ethiopia in a village. We had practiced all of the holidays that are written in a Bible. Being a Jew, it was very meaningful for us. Beta Israel brought a lot of things. We brought the special food, the healthy food called injera. We brought the special music with a special rhythm. We brought the special dance, the Eskesta dancing. Being in Israel as an Ethiopian Jew with a different color of skin makes a lot of people understand that there is a variety of Jewish. My dance and the music make the great connection between the Ethiopian community and the Israeli community. And this is the language that everyone can understand and makes people get together. This is the Eskesta dancing. You take your shoulder up and put it in the middle and down. And again, tak, 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 tak. This is the basing, okay? And then when we take the shoulder up, we do a little circle, middle and down, like this, tak, 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 tak. And to this, we are adding the chest. It goes like this, tak, 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 tak. Another movements, you take your right shoulder up, the left down, and change. It's very easy. Tak, 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 and fast. Tak, 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 tak. Another movements with the neck, you put your hand like this and try to move your head, your neck to the right side and left, right, left, and fast. Tak, tak, tak. You can pull your hand and leave your neck moving. Okay? Let's try to combine between this movement and this movement. When you take your right shoulder up, you take your head to the right and change. And tak, 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 tak. Very easy and very simple.
Wow, it's really getting hot. I hope you've had an amazing tour. Make sure you check out the other tours. We've got tours of the south. We've got tours of Jerusalem and Tel Aviv and Yafa.